Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time it's all about thanking you, the viewer, for helping me on my YouTube journey since March 2019, and also recommending some great YouTube channels that I think if I enjoy them, I think you'll probably enjoy them as well. So that's going to be the subject of today's video. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. So the first channel we're going to be having a look at is Action Figure Grader. This particular channel has loads of not carded but graded and encapsulated figures, not just loose but also carded as well. The sort of grading thing is something that happened after I originally left the hobby. It was already happening with comic books when I first started getting into it, and it's not something that I'm particularly into. I don't have anything graded myself. To be honest, if I did, I would probably have it open by now. I like to feel my toys, play with them, put them in cabinets, and that's where the nostalgia comes for me, because I used to have it. That's how I would, have my figures. I didn't have my figures in a box like this. However, this particular channel looks at that aspect of the hobby, and it is fascinating all the same. And not just that, as well as having all these regular figures, he has an incredible amount of rare bootlegs and foreign variations, and it's just fascinating to look at. And you cannot deny that when you've got a nice collection of these encapsulated figures all together, they do look very, very nice. So that would be the first channel I would recommend you having a look at, Action Figure Grader. So this next channel we're having a look at is called Bas Bounty. So I'm not a massive fan of all the new figures that are released, but I have to say that some of them are truly exceptional, and I keep abreast of what's coming out by having a look at this channel, which is Bas Bounty. So as you can see in his latest video here, he's looking at the Princess Leia Yavin ceremony figure, which is an absolutely fantastic figure. They've really sort of pulled their finger out, and they're producing stuff that the fans actually want to see. So this is my channel, basically the one that I keep an eye on for the more recent stuff. And although he does have some vintage as well, this is fantastic to keep abreast of all the new items. So that's a good one to check in there. This next channel is called Chronic Vintage, based in France. The videos are in French, and he does an English language version as well. And this chap's got a fantastic collection of vintage toys, and he's reviewing each item bit by bit, one at a time. And you can see he's got a real fantastic collection of stuff. So if you've not come across this chap yet, I do recommend you dropping in, because the videos are short, sweet, they look good, they're well filmed, and they come recommended. So that's Chronic Vintage. Now this is a channel I only found recently. It's called Dalek 63 to 68. And absolutely fantastic channel. They've recently done like a 6-part series looking at what happened with all the original Daleks. They did a 2-part making of the film Dalek Invasion of Earth, where they examined some of the sets, the bits of the sets that were reused in the Dalek movies. Absolutely amazing level of research, and if you're into those two 60s Dalek movies, it's utterly fascinating. So I'd highly recommend this channel. So that's Dalek 63 to 68. It's a real 60s Doctor Who fan's dream, and I just absolutely love it. So nothing can be so good as this channel. It's just fantastic. So it comes highly recommended. As you know, I do like me old retro gaming, and one of the channels I particularly like for retro gaming content is ETA Prime. He takes modern devices such as smartphones or the latest re-released like classic cabinet and arcade systems, and he shows you how they can be hacked, and you can add on extra games and things like that. A real interesting channel. He's been around a long time, and he's got a massive following on YouTube. So if you are into the odd spot of retro gaming, this is the channel for you. I don't watch them all, but ones that interest me I certainly do, and more often than not he's got something of interest. So that's ETA Prime. So the next channel is Gary Lovisi's channel, where he shows classic paperback books. So the channel is new, and Gary is new to YouTube. However, he's not new to the world of collecting paperback books. He's a long-standing collector, and the stuff he covers is absolutely fantastic, and I think you'll really enjoy looking at the channel if you've never come across him yet. There's not many people on YouTube doing paperbacks. In fact, apart from myself and Gary, I really don't know anybody else who's putting out regular paperback content. Maybe if you know of anybody, put a comment in the description. Gary and I have struck up a great friendship while I've been giving him a little bit of advice on his new channel. But boy, oh boy, I mean, he's got books that make you want to cry. They're so good. This particular one here is looking at the Dell 10 centers, which are all very scarce, and he's got them all in fantastic condition. It just makes you weep. Gary, as you know, I'm assuming you know, but Gary publishes this magazine, which is Paperback Parade. This is the latest issue, and I have agreed to pen a piece for the next issue for him. Really good magazine, this one. If you've never read it, it's been around a long time. I certainly have read it many years ago, and I'm delighted to be associated with it again. So do check out Gary's paperback channel, because it is fantastic. So it's just under Gary's name, so Gary Lovisi. Just look that up on YouTube. He's only been around a short time, but the content is amazing, and it does come highly recommended. So do go and check Gary out. So just before I get on to the next one, I just wanted to give some more thanks to Rob. Rob runs a great Star Wars collectors blog called the Wampus Cavern. You may remember a little while back I did a video unboxing my original Ewok village, and Rob spotted that I was short of my the little Ewok village netting, which he said, you know what, Jules, I think I've got a spare one of those in my spares box, and lo and behold, he sent one in the post to me. So I'm really grateful for that, Rob. He also sent me, you may also remember in one of my unboxing videos, I had a little packet of puffy stickers, and they had these really intricate like tiny little stickers, and they were taken from these bookmarks which were published in the States by Random House in 1983, and this is a cool one of the Emperor's Royal Guard there, and he sent me one of them as well. So Rob, honestly, I can't thank you enough for that. I was so generous, and that's just the sort of thing, running a YouTube channel, that I absolutely love, is the interaction with other collectors, and that was something really special. So thank you very much for that, Rob. Now on to the next chap, and this is called Josh Snares, I believe, and he is he's an Australian Doctor Who fan. He has done a fantastic documentary on the missing Doctor Who episodes, what's missing from the archives, what's around. I mean, just fascinating. He did one for various aspects of the first two Doctors and the early John Pertwee adventures as well, and he did actually, this is the one that's showing now, he put them all together into like an hour and a half movie, which I cannot recommend enough because it's so good. This is the omnibus edition. Josh is a very talented young man. He was commissioned by the BBC to do a making of the recent Mission to the Unknown student production, and he also does his own commentaries as well. So a fantastic channel and a fascinating look at 60s Doctor Who, which is his real specialty. So if you've never checked out Josh Snare's channel, now is the time to do it, because he's showing some really good stuff. So this is my friend Ben, the Kansas Geek Man. He is an artist as well as a guitar instructor, I believe, and Ben has been doing these videos on YouTube where he shows us, this is some of his own artwork that was published by Topps. Also, he's been doing some Topps unboxing. He's once again quite new to YouTube, so he could deserve and appreciate your support over on his channel. He also has a massive following on Instagram. So do go and check Ben's channel out. I have done a collaboration with Ben where I've sort of asked 10 questions and he's done the same with me. And those have gone down really well. So I do suggest you you go and give Ben's channel a shout because it's good stuff. Okay, so this is another great channel. I've been watching Metal Jesus for many years and absolutely fantastic. So this is Metal Jesus Rocks. He's another retro game specialist. Been around on YouTube a long time now. He's got 750,000 subscribers, so you could say he's doing rather well. I do also, but I haven't featured them here. I do follow the sort of the Metal Jesus crew, as it were. So there's Kinsey Burke and there's Radical Reggie and lots of others as well. So all those people I do also follow. If you are at all interested in old games, and this is a chap who used to work in the vintage video game industry, Metal Jesus is the chap to give a follow to. He's just fantastic. Here he is in his game room, and he's always got something of interest. And if you get into a system and you want to know the best games, buyer's guides, classic games, top 20s, this is the channel that you should go to because he's so good and knowledgeable. So that's Metal Jesus Rocks. Now, obviously, I couldn't do a video without mentioning the blacked out Ewoks. This chap is fantastic. He's been a supporter of my channel ever since I started uploading my Star Wars videos back in March 2019. Extremely knowledgeable, particularly on action figures, and he also collects virtually all the new figures as well. He generally pops up 1 or 2 videos a day. They're not necessarily very long, but they are fascinating all the same, and a highly prolific YouTuber, and one that's well worth popping on your follow list for when something comes up that you're interested in. Very knowledgeable guy. Once again, thank you very much for giving me all the help on my videos. I've been unpacking my vintage figures and he's pointed out rarities and weird foreign variations that I just didn't know anything about. So thank you very much for that. And that's the blacked out Ewoks. Another fantastic channel, which is Dave over at Toy Polloi. Now, Toy Polloi do toy restorations, so this is one of his recent videos where he's been restoring a Kenner American Death Star playset. This has been done in 3 parts, and once again, absolutely fascinating. I mean, even if it's toys that you're not into, like I don't really collect Action Man, but Dave's Action Man restorations are just fantastic, and they do come recommended. So go and give Dave a shout. He's been around a long time. He's got over 30,000 subscribers on YouTube nowadays, and also a big following over on Instagram. You're bound to find something of interest, and it might help you reevaluate some of your own toys. Things that I thought were perhaps written off and I needed to get a replacement. I thought, in actual fact, I don't need to do that. I remember I had a couple of ATSTs which are in a pretty sorry state. The boxes were lovely, but the actual toys inside had just sort of moulded and got grimy over the years. They'd literally been sat in the loft for 20 years in a box, and I got them out, cleaned them, watched Dave's video to see how I could tart them up, and they've come out lovely. So that's the sort of thing he does. And not just that, he puts plenty of resources. So you can see here on this Death Star set, if you are missing certain panels or sticker sets, he'll design them in Photoshop and put high quality reproduction ones that you can download from his website and print out and get them yourself. So just amazing. And I know there is an element of the community that don't like what Dave does, simply because he's perhaps taking away the authenticity of an original toy, but he's not trying to hide anything. He's just given some of these old toys another lease of life. I don't understand why anybody could be angry at him, because what he does is absolutely fantastic. So go and give Toy Polloi a check out, because you won't be disappointed. It's good stuff. So the final channel we're going to have a look at today is Carl over at Wax Packing. Now, Wax Packing is a vintage trading card centric channel, and one that I've absolutely love. And alas, he's cost me a bit of money because he's given me the bug to get old trading cards again. And this is his latest video, which is looking at classic 18 trading cards, which is brilliant. And Carl also has these brilliant plastic custom made boxes there you see on the screen, and his videos are great. As you can see, they're a lot of fun. He likes all the sort of stuff. If you're into pop culture at all, Wax Packing is the channel for you. Once again, he's very new to YouTube, only been around a few months. He came in a couple of months after me, so he could also use your support in helping him get the channel to a wider audience. So do go and check Wax Packing out, because he is a nice chap, is young Carl. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this little look at some of these great YouTube channels which I enjoy. Thank you once again for watching. If you haven't already, do please hit that subscribe button as I work my way towards 1,000 subscribers, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye.